Hi everyone, I'm back. Um, I completely left YouTube because I was just like way too stressed about my A-levels, and I really needed like time to just focus on that and get it over with. Um, so now I'm on my gap year, and the first thing that happened is that I got COVID and I had to be in the hospital for like 5 days, and as you can probably hear, I'm still recovering. Um, my isolation period has ended, but I literally just have like zero energy to do anything. Like, I can't leave my house without, I can't even draw for 20 minutes without feeling like I've run a marathon. The only thing that I can do without getting exhausted is talk. So that's why I decided to make this video, because I'm bored and I really wanted to restart my YouTube this year, just with like fun stuff and everything I'm doing in my gap year, and just like make it super chill. And yeah, so this video is sort of like a little life update, I guess, and just talking about some stuff that has gone on in my life, and just like advice and stuff that I can give maybe from my life experience. And yeah, so I think the first thing I'll talk about is A-levels, and I'm just gonna say I'm so proud of everyone, no matter like if you did GCSEs or not, or like just if you got through the last 2 years of school. I'm proud of you and well done, and you should be really proud of yourself, because it has been extremely difficult, and nobody could have, known the pandemic would have happened, and it just came out of nowhere and just flipped life upside down, and we all dealt with it, and at least now stuff is beginning to open up, but even then it's still like life isn't going to be the same, and we all just had to adjust to a new life super quickly, under loads of stress, loads of homework, loads of like stuff that we had to do, and we just did it as best as we could, and really that's all that anybody could have asked. So I'm just saying now, like, no matter your grades, no matter what uni you get into, like, it doesn't matter, because you did the best you could, even if it might have been, if you thought in your head about your work more than you actually did work, that's still completely valid, and it just shows that you care about your education, and it's not something to beat yourself up about. And yeah, just keep going, you've got this, and I hope that next year, for everybody being in education, it won't be as difficult. And yeah, it's just been a ride, and we're still going through it, but the main thing is we will be okay if we just keep going and persevering and just dealing with the government that we have. So yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts on that. There's not really a lot to say about it, because we've all kind of had enough, and it's become normal, and we just have to keep adapting. The second thing is that in my last Q&A video, I did it in year 12, and I said what I was gonna do and all of that stuff, and it has changed a lot. So at the last minute I decided to change my degree from scenic arts to English literature and creative writing, and I did it super quickly, like, because I tried to write a personal statement for both of those subjects, and English just flowed up so quickly, and scenic arts I wrote a paragraph. Like, I could not think about why I wanted to do it. It just seemed like an easy way out, you know? Like, I feel like ever since I was a kid, I wanted to do English, but I didn't really hone it as much as I really should have, because I love it so much. And this past year I've been writing a lot of poetry. Yeah, so I changed my degree and I am taking a gap year. In year 12 I didn't think that I would need a break, but after COVID and everything I definitely do. So yeah, I'm just really excited to research a ton of stuff and read loads and like write loads, create loads of art, and just get stuff going a bit. Okay, if it's moved a bit, it's because I just had to use the bathroom, so yeah, sorry if it's like a bit different. I might be going to Portugal in September. It depends if I can find my passport, because I lost it. And the whole like COVID thing, if I'm allowed to go, so we will see about that. The last thing that I've like done, I'm still like in the process of doing, but I'm publishing my own poetry book, and it's like almost done. I just have to send in the book cover and all the poems in a Word document, and then they'll like sort it out and everything. So when that's done, I will post an update about that on my Instagram. I might do like some videos, like those spoken word poem videos with some of them, because I just think they're really cool. So that's like most of my exciting news for now. I had like a bunch of stuff to talk about, but it just doesn't really seem that important. Do you know what I mean? Like, now I'm just excited about the future and like doing loads of stuff. I am sort of getting into my like pagan stuff again, because I literally did like nothing for so long and I feel quite disconnected. So I might try and do like some videos on like how to make little spell jars and things like that if you want to see that. The main thing is that I'm just trying to fill out my Book of Shadows, so then I can do like a tour of it, because I'm so excited to like have it finished and use it. And yeah, it's going well, but I opened it the other day and I couldn't do anything in it, so I feel like I need to rearrange some stuff in it, because I realised that like I was trying to make more of a like factual grimoire than a Book of Shadows, but I don't really feel like I need it, because I don't really use like crystals and stuff too much, so the most I'd have is like a page on it, but I planned like 4 pages for each thing, so I need to rearrange like so many things. But yeah, it's going well. I might be making another one, which will be more of like a herbal grimoire for like plants and flowers and stuff like that, and just make it like a little factual notebook with all the herbs in it and everything. So if I do make that one from scratch as well, then I will definitely film it. I sort of regret not filming making my Book of Shadows, because it's like the main thing that I'm like proud of that I've made, because I made all of the pages like I coffee stained each one, I bound all the pages together, like I sewed them, I stuck them to an old book cover that I had, and it just turned out really cool, and it looks like really ancient and stuff, so yeah, it's like my little baby. If I have like just videos where it's like raining, or like it's like a super cozy day and I'm working in it, then I might film myself just making one of the pages. I did have a friend who asked me to do like some videos about like how to be happier and like spiritual videos. So hi, if you're watching, you know who you are, I love you so much. Yeah, so thank you for suggesting that. I'm definitely gonna do loads of videos like that. I'm nowhere near like a spiritual guru or anything. I literally just like have a lot of advice that I use. I feel like it just comes down to like how you respond when you enter a sort of lower state of mind, and it does take years to sort of have that like self-awareness whilst you're in this state and be able to like detach yourself a little bit. An easy way of doing that is sort of if you just talk about yourself in third person, as if you have a feeling, not that you are depressed, but like you're feeling depressed, or like you have a feeling of anxiousness in your stomach, and like, you know, just detach your self-worth and like your definition of you as a human being from how you're feeling. Every day, just take one mini step to being happy. Like, just do one thing that makes you feel better, and then every day keep doing that. Happiness isn't like kind of this destination, it's like, it's how you think about your life, like how you feel when you get up in the morning, and like just your state of mind that you live in that allows you to feel happy when you do things that you enjoy. One thing that I have learned is that we need a balance like with everything, and so many people, because we're just in like a world where hardly anybody is happy, that it's become this like goal to be happy, and that's it, and just like your entire life is happy. If you were always happy, you wouldn't learn anything, you wouldn't know more about yourself, and like you wouldn't be able to deal with stuff that you need to deal with if you were always happy. Sometimes you need to feel sad, like you need to experience life, because if you didn't, there wasn't any point in being here. Like, we can't learn much if we're just always in one state of mind. You might think that being happy is like your goal and you want to be happy, and that's completely fun. Like, everybody deserves to be happy, but you just have to think about it not so idealistically, because you can find little things that can make you feel happy, or it can make you feel at peace, or you can just feel serene, or like, you know, there's different emotions as well that you might not class as feeling happy. Like, at the moment I feel peaceful, but I don't necessarily feel like happy and overjoyed, but I feel, you know, free of like responsibilities and just able to do whatever I want. And that's a different emotion to feeling happy. But because our world has become so deprived of happiness, we just think that everything needs to feel either really good, really happy, or really sad and really horrible. and we just neglect all these emotions in between that are just as valid and allow us to feel different things and to the same extent, but nobody really thinks about it in that way. Yeah, that's sort of like how I'm thinking about it at the moment. It might change, but that's sort of what I've gathered in the past like year or so. So if I look like greasy and sweaty, it's just really hot today. I have been dating, or not dating, but like on dating apps and stuff, and I've been on quite a lot of dates now. Just like being a plus size person, like it's a lot more difficult to go in and think like, oh, does this person, you know, find me attractive, or like if I meet this person they might, you know, not like me anymore because of my size, or like, you know, just stuff like that. It's helped me realise that like people see beyond that like a lot more than you think, and if they don't, then that's fine, but they're just not for you and you're not on the same, you know, wavelength, and that's fine. I don't know, it's just helped me feel a lot more confident in myself in general, to know that like, you know, some people have seen me and, you know, thought like, oh, I want to be with this person, even after seeing me in real life, but I didn't really feel like the vibe with that person, so I didn't, you know, go out with them anymore. But just knowing that like somebody is out there, you know, there are people out there who find you attractive, and dating people has kind of shattered those things that people have said to me that have made me feel like I'm not good enough. Now I feel great. Like I put on makeup because like I like it and I feel good, and you know, it's just a completely different feeling. I know a few like plus size people, but not that many, but I feel like I've just kind of gone through this like phase, and I've come out on top being so much more confident and just thinking like, you know, I deserve to, you know, date people as much as anybody else, and something just clicked to my mind, and I don't feel ugly. Like I don't think of myself in a bad way anymore, and it's taken a long time, but you know, it just feels really good to like meet people and go on dates and like get, you know, all dressed up and like feel good about myself for once, and like actually enjoy it and feel more like an adult, really. And yeah, it's been great. So just for anybody that, you know, struggles with like self-image and stuff, if you had a baby, right, you wouldn't look at your child and like the first thing you would think is like, oh, it's so ugly. Like you'd be like, I have so much love for this child, like you know, I gave birth to this child, like this is the purest thing I've ever seen in my life. And you just have to look at yourself in the same way. Try and think about yourself as if you were like the most precious thing you've ever seen. You know, who's to say that everything that you've told yourself about yourself isn't as true as the opposite of that? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you have enough energy in your body to believe bad stuff about yourself, you have more than enough to believe good about yourself. And it's easier once you're in, you know, a state where you just think that you're really like pretty and you like how you look, and you could just look in the mirror and be like, I look so cute today, because you're just like, this is my face, and you know, I've accepted it. And you know, if you want to change something about it and it'll make you feel better, then good for you, then do it. But people who can't, you know, afford to do that, or who just don't want to, and you just want to accept how you look, you have to do work. Like, you need to look at yourself, and you have to, like, go to the mirror, and you need to be looking at yourself and just saying great things about yourself, and just hyping yourself up, even if you feel like the most cringiest person ever. Just like, even one thing a day, just like looking at yourself and being like, wow, I have really nice eyes, or like, my smile is amazing, like, people are lucky to see my smile. Or like, you know, if you have an insecurity about your stomach, just be like, I look really cute, and like, this shows that I have enough to eat and that I'm alive. Like, you know, you could just turn stuff into like good stuff, and you know, it's a lot easier said than done, but once you get the hang of it and you just do stuff that you like, and you just, you know, you look in the mirror and you can just finally say something good about yourself and actually believe it, then your whole life is going to change, because then you just realise that, you know, other people's opinion and what they've said to you about yourself, and you've believed it, that's, you know, like, it's easier to believe what other people say because you don't really exactly know what you look like. But that also means that you have an advantage of being able to talk good about yourself and believe it, and not nitpick how you look and see yourself from a different person's view. And you might always think like, oh, I wish that I could see myself so I could change how I am, like I could change my mannerisms to be more attractive. You have an advantage of not seeing that, because imagine the amount of time that like we already spend in front of the mirror, you know, picking out stuff that we don't like about ourselves, even though we're looking at a mirrored version of ourselves. Like, imagine the amount of time that we would spend if we could actually see what we looked like. Like, our society would be way more obsessive, and it already is super obsessive. Like, no camera is gonna really show how you are. Like, you can only trust your good friends who tell you that you're beautiful and that you're pretty, and you know, they see you from someone else's perspective. Like, they see, you know, the little like lines that come on your face when you smile, and they see, you know, how your face just lights up when you're happy, and like, you don't get to see all of that, and we dismiss it because we don't see it ourselves. But all of that stuff is like everything that I mentioned about like seeing a child for the first time. Babies literally don't care how they look. They're just like, I need to survive, I need to sleep, I need to eat, I need to go to the toilet. Like, you know, they're just like, their existence is completely unconditioned, and that's what we have to strive to do for ourselves, and just see ourselves in the same light, because otherwise, you know, your whole life you're just going to be thinking about yourself in such meticulous ways that aren't going to help you, and it can turn into, you know, problems. You could, you know, go your whole life without, you know, meeting somebody, but there is always going to be someone who is out there who just sees you and thinks that you're the most beautiful person in the world. And even that shouldn't matter, because you are, and you know, you shouldn't wait for some random guy to like see you and be like, oh, I want to be with this person because she's so pretty. They don't even know you, right? Like, and also you should be thinking, this person, are they good for me? Not just relying on like a dude or a girl to see you and base everything off of how you look, because that's just shallow and frankly kind of a cinematographic idealization that doesn't exist. So yeah, just try and think about yourself in a much more innocent and pure way, and not think about like, you know, I have a pimple on my nose. Like, think about stuff that you can control without being obsessed with it. Sometimes natural things that occur don't need to be eradicated. Like, you know, acne is normal. It can show you stuff. It can tell you like you're stressed, like you need to chill out. Like, it's not only a bad thing that you just need to get completely smooth because it's not attractive. Like, just try and like go back to the meaning of a lot of stuff, and like just try and decondition yourself, because it's so important. And you are, you know, beautiful and handsome and sexy and cute and attractive, and you need to just believe that about yourself. And every day you just have to do stuff to make you feel like you can be like that. And you know, I'd say if you don't feel like you can be sexy, buy a bloody pair of lingerie and just wear it and take really cool photos in it, because that's what I did. And then ever since then I've managed to think of myself in a completely different light, and I never thought of myself in that way before, and now I can, because I just went and did it. I didn't wait for like a guy to be like, oh, buy this set of lingerie because it will look good on you. Just go and buy it. Like, buy something that you feel good in and that you like and that you know will suit you and you find cute and think that you feel amazing in it, and then just wear it and put yourself in the situation that you want to be in and feel how that's gonna feel. And yeah, just do it. You'll just have a lot more self-knowledge about how you feel, what you like just, yeah, don't wait for society to give you the opportunity. You need to go and make it yourself. Just keep doing that every time you notice something that isn't right, or that you feel like you can't feel a certain way about yourself, or that you feel like you don't deserve to. Then delve into that thing and do everything that you can to make sure that you can feel a certain way about yourself if it's really important to you. And just doing kind of little things like that all the time is going to just change your life, and make you so much more confident. Trust me, like, even if no one sees your photos, just, you know, just experimenting with yourself, like, you're gonna find out a lot more, and you'll just be a lot more connected to yourself and understanding yourself a lot more, just in general, like with everything. So yeah, that's sort of my advice. I sort of went into like a little passionate tangent, but yeah, I feel like I just really had to put that out somewhere. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video and that you got something out of it. I will definitely do a lot more videos in the future. If you have any ideas or questions or like stuff that you want me to film, then leave it in the comments below. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and all of that jazz. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Hopefully it's soon. And yeah, have a lovely day. Bye.